Hey guys, heads up before this audio starts. This is your trigger warning. This one has especially disturbing content involving unaliving and guns. If you're not in a place to hear this horror narration, I strongly recommend that you abstain from this one. And I'll also provide some relevant and useful links in the description. Let's all be careful out there and take care of each other. Thank you guys, and without further ado, here is the story. I didn't need the money. Too many films are made as a paycheck, a means to pay the rent. But the rent, in most of these cases, is actually the construction costs on a new pool. But I could live comfortably off the residuals from my first film for the rest of my life. I get script submissions daily. Not as many as I used to, or as high of quality. I guess that's what happens when your first film is a critical and commercial success. I went from filming nights and weekends to sitting next to Anne Hathaway at the Oscars. She's a sweet lady. Faint scent of lavender. My later films haven't achieved the same acclaim. They're still a decent audience, but my name gets mentioned less and less. I went from groundbreaking artist and toast of the town to a barely mentioned byline. So when the package arrived on my doorstep, it piqued my curiosity. I didn't even know it was a script. Usually they're thick, 90 to 120 pages, but you can tell immediately what you're holding. This one was thin and arrived late in the evening. I took Millie, my Shih Tzu, out to do her business before bed. I still say our, although it's been 2 years since Jen passed. Bone cancer. Although I am thankful she didn't linger in pain, I still ache for her. So even though it was 2 a.m., I was up with Millie. She finished and we walked back to the house. At the front door, she started whimpering and sniffing at something. Then I saw it. Tucked behind one of the planters. Not hidden, but not easily found either. The envelope was nondescript, not even labeled. This struck me as odd, but it was late and I was tired. When we went upstairs, I set it on the nightstand, brushed my teeth, washed my face, stared into the mirror, barely recognizing my own reflection. Sitting in bed, I reached over to turn off the lamps and knocked it onto the floor, picking it up before I even knew it had been opened. A short script, maybe 10 pages in total, fell out. This piqued my curiosity because no one sends out a script for short films. No one. There's no money in shorts. No business. I decided to read the first page. It was nothing like I had ever read. No characters, no action. Just images. Yet it drew me in. I felt something within me stir to life, a long dormant hunger, a creative impulse, something I hadn't felt since writing my first film. I saw each scene in my head. It was vivid, like a waking dream, somehow even more real than reality. My dreams that night were feverish. The whole film playing over and over on repeat, growing in intensity. When I woke the next morning, it was even more intense. I had work to do, but all I could think of was the film. Every time I tried to refocus, it would fill my consciousness, pressure building up. So I got my iPhone out, filmed each scene, just as it was in my head. First take every time. That never happens. Perfection. I was mainlining now. Edited it overnight, finished as the sun began to peek over the horizon. I uploaded it on YouTube. Somehow I knew it needed to be anonymous, so I made a throwaway account with a fake email. Once I posted it, the creative flow turned off. With it, my consciousness. Waking up, I didn't know what day it was. Groggy. Millie was whining at the door. Screw the HOA. I can afford the fines. I flipped on the evening news. An anchor talking about the economy. Then a breaking news report. About a viral video. Of unknown origins. Racked up over 200 million views within 8 hours. I pulled up my YouTube video. It sat at 215 million views. Then I saw below it. My breath hitched in my chest, my heart jackhammering. People had begun to post reaction videos. Those ones where they film themselves over the original video. The first one I clicked on was a woman at the edge of a cliff. She just stared at the video, then walked to the edge of the cliff and jumped. I have no idea who uploaded it. I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. I pressed on the next one. It was a young man up on a balcony overlooking the city. He watched the video, and then with blank eyes, he turned and began firing into the crowd. The last one I clicked on was a young mother, her baby in a stroller. I closed my laptop, a metallic taste in the back of my throat, like copper. I didn't want to know what happened to that baby. At the door, Millie's whining to get in, but that's not all. The tone of her whine. I don't know how I know, but I do know. There's another envelope outside the door. This wasn't over. It was just the beginning. I know I shouldn't open it. But that feeling, how alive you feel when the muses sing to you. I hadn't felt that alive in a long time. Creativity is like a drug. When you hit that open vein, there's nothing like it. And when that vein closes, it gnaws at you like a hunger. I really shouldn't open it. Jen used to say our appetites would be the seeds of our destruction. I'd laugh at her. I'm not laughing now. I am hungry, though. So very hungry.